But it is a fantastic atmosphere. Very close, if not at capacity. Ryan Elias promoted to a starting position on Thursday lunchtime. Wales announced the team at 12 noon, with Ken Owens starting at hooker. And they had their press conference half an hour later. Ken Owens had been ruled out with a back injury. Alan Wynne-Jones down there to Thomas Williams. Here's Anscombe. Oh, and it's been stolen. And what a way to celebrate your century. Beauden Barrett is the poacher. His 7th try against Wales. It's a landmark for Barrett on a landmark occasion. Playing for Cardiff.
Clutch! Bind!
So Perinara with the put-in. 7 minutes to go until half-time. Perinara. There's Jordan. Just inside that Wales 22. Blackadder. Savia feeding the ball inside. That was Lala. Retallick. Through goes Blackadder. The Wales defence scrambling again. Perinara. Geordie Barrett. Tackle there coming in from Will Rowlands. Powering on his Arnie Savia. And there's the offload and the try. Following up was TJ Perinara. Caught by Basham.
No!
There it is for Perinara. Havili.
No, tackler, not sure. Reason why he's on the side.
Lala pops it onto Retallick. Papali'i couldn't keep hold of it. There's an opportunity perhaps here for Wales. There's McNichol. Couldn't keep his feet. He was helped down to the ground by Ethan Blackadder. Ethan, the son of Todd. Todd, who himself played a dozen times for the All Blacks, but never for the All Blacks in this part of Europe. Just had a couple of test matches in France. Spent a bit of time playing club rugby here for Edinburgh. And oh, here goes Will Jordan. The chip and chase. He's got first run here on Williams. That is superb from Will Jordan. Contained thus far, but no more. Takeaho goes to the tail. Blackadder just got his fingers onto it. Papali'i! The telescopic right arm. And New Zealand have responded almost immediately. He's developed a habit of scoring tries at crucial moments at Super Rugby level. And now here he is, Dalton Papali'i. This time last week wasn't even in the Wales squad.
Use it, please. No, release him. 6.
Wales losing a couple of hookers over the course of a few days. Elliot D and then Ken Owens, who we knew had a back problem at the beginning of the week, failing that fitness test on Thursday. Here's Reece Priestland.
Stop.
At the perfect spiral. Beauden Barrett will take it swiftly. Will Jordan. Here's Geordie Barrett. That's one for Sever Reece to get after. There's a few open spaces there, and he's got there. There's the offload. Rico Ioane, back to Reece. Arnie Savia, back to Sever Reece. That was a work of art. The sort of quality that perhaps no other test side can produce. Came back and played against the United States last week as Takeaho takes play inside the Wales 22. Webber. There's Takeaho. Barrett pops it over the top. Now there's some space. Geordie Barrett, Linnett Brown. The All Blacks inside of 50. Well, he's won a World Cup. He's had a couple of World Player of the Year awards as well along the way. I wonder where this particular day, the day he became the All Blacks' 11th centurion, fits in his great memories. Johnny McNichol. Oh, and perhaps, just perhaps, Beauden Barrett will finish off the day in much the same style he started it. An interception try. Scripted to perfection, had it been.
I haven't seen in a 10 since a certain JW used to play inside you. He has that same physicality, throws his body into it.
Well, he's played in the centre as well, hasn't he? He's 93, 94 kilos. Fairly stocky bloke. Plays the game well. Cultured left foot, but can defend as well.
Oh, the ball goes loose and Christie's trying to make something of it. The All Blacks are clapping their replacement scrum half. Has he reached out and got his first try for the All Blacks?
Over 15.
Working towards half-time. They've really got to try and hold on to this scoreboard now as the All Blacks forwards set up.
Okay, now think about using it.
Flex their muscles in the ball.
7.
And this will be holding on to the scoreboard, and they haven't.
Well, the arm's gone up, the try's been given. Dan Coles, I think, is the man being congratulated. Yes, indeed.
Also, what's the strategy that they've prepared this game with?
Make sure you stay on the line.
Would have built up to this all week.
More!
Lord provides the ball. Coles comes round to step once again into the vanguard. And Coles goes again. It's a double for Dane Coles. 2 tries for the number 2, the 3rd score on the board for New Zealand, and that is clinical work from the world's number 1 team. So the final Italian substitute, Pietro Ceccarelli, on to replace Marco Uccioni. Of course, he came on earlier on for that blood injury, but now on as a permanent replacement.
Use it!
Brayley. Again, the contest is good. McKenzie this time able to pick up the ricochet. George Bridge in support. Lovely little offload for Christie. And here come the All Blacks. Sever Reece came off the bench to score last week. He's been on the pitch the whole time this time, and in perfect position to capitalise on that breakout.
23, high tackle.
Talking of teammates, some sad news on your Kiwi former Toulon teammate this week.
Yeah, Carl Heyman been diagnosed with early onset dementia, which is a tragedy for him, but so many players dealing with it. Rugby community right behind him.
The drive and the opening comes from Asafo Amoa, and another man gets his first try for his country. Well, 35-9, 10 minutes to go. A completely different feel on the pitch and in the stands now. What do Italy try and get out of the final 10 minutes?
Well, I think if they can get on the board, get a score on the board, they've got a brilliant platform to build on moving into their next 2 weeks. They've got Argentina next week in Treviso, and then they finish their series up with a game against Uruguay.
And suddenly it opens up again. This time it's Hoskin Satuto in the right place at the right time. It is clinical work from the world's number 1 team, as you would expect. Good to see him back in national colours. And a note for Richie Morongo, who I think has had an outstanding game. Deciding when and where his team will play. Whitelock. Whitelock, of course, knows Kieran Crowley so well. Whitelock was in the 2007 under-19 team that Crowley coached.
I reckon, yeah.
You reckon?
Afaso Amour.
It had to be.
Well, you could...
Anything Dane Coles can do, Asafa Amour can do just as well, right?
Well, that's how you put your hand up and say, I'm just as good as him.
So then, New Zealand, it feels like a long time since they were inside Irish territory with some possession. Well, they should have possession, and they do through the significant presence of Retallick, and now they put it through the hands and away they will go. Cody Taylor, can you believe it? Papali'i to Taylor, and New Zealand from nowhere, and they will do it to you every time. They soak, and they punch, and what a try from the All Blacks.
Yeah, it's brilliant pace from Cody Taylor, but a big massive gap opened up the back of that line out. Papali'i saw it straight through the gap. Yeah, very good kick, and it came from the line out. Ireland putting pressure on the line out. We saw them struggle last week against Japan in the line out. Watch James Ryan getting up here. It's a low throw, it's a bad throw from Dane Coles, but it's a big turnover and a big moment, and New Zealand need those moments. They need to win possession, launch their attack.
Time on. Akita Ioane comes in for Ethan Blackadder. All Blacks bring another huge player into the game. Well, you talked about it earlier. Phase building has been a real issue for the All Blacks through this game. Maybe they'll get an opportunity now, as Will Jordan just needs one moment, and away he comes. I told you, just a moment, and it's a moment of absolute magic. Try for Will Jordan. Simple but beautiful from the All Blacks.
Yeah, and it's going to make it another 20 minutes. What a try from Will Jordan. Absolutely brilliant. They love it.
If you like to...
Aaron Smith has been given the penalty advantage call. Rieko Ioane is looking, wanting it to the right, but now he's just taken up a position back to the left of Smith.
If you pre-bind, don't go off your feet.
Communication is strong from Barnes to ensure that New Zealand use the ball wisely, and it's another good pick from Adi Savea.
It is advantage.
Another penalty advantage as France transgress.
It is a penalty.
The communication is clear. Tupaia wanting to wriggle his way through. He's so close. Tackle from Ntamak. Ioane loiters to the left. Pinot will have to make the hit. Kane has got out the blocks a bit too early. They go wider, and New Zealand have the score. Geordie Barrett smuggles his way over in the corner. And the visitors finally get their first try on the board.
Possible for the All Blacks cleaners to get there.
Line out is won by Aldridge.
Back you go, Nassab. The premier for
Referee gets rid of Whitelock. Broken up. Where's the ball?
No.
Dupont. Danty wants to try and wrestle his way through. Almost did as well. Dupont needs to be careful here. Keeps getting down to get his hands on the ball. The referee, he knows, is now going to call it out. And in that scenario, he took too long again, and New Zealand are away. And it's a lovely show from Ioane, and Ioane will break and get over the line for New Zealand. Second. France can't afford to nap when New Zealand can strike back like that. Another 2 tries under his belt. He's had a great 3 weeks. Down from Retallick. France got a good shove around the corner, but it's still going to be there. New Zealand breaking. 4 metres out, driving low and trying to get over the line. The try is scored. New Zealand fighting their way right back through the second half. And the belief just continuing to grow.